Hi, it's Kane Hodder. I played Jason in Friday the 13th, part 7, 8, 9, 10. Victor Crowley and Hatchet. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll fucking kill you.
Welcome back, horror fans, to another episode of Slash and Cast, a show that brings you all the biggest horror news of the week every week. We are your hosts. My name is Riley.
My name is Nick.
Boy, last few weeks, I've said, ooh, it was a good week of horror news. Now, this week was a huge week of horror news.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks there where there was nothing. And then last like 3, heat, straight heat.
Yeah, there was a lot this week, a lot of cooking. But, there's a couple... No, there's really only like one like kind of negative thing that happened this week.
Yeah.
Bummer. But overall, a positive, hype-filled week. You know what? Actually, you could say 2 negative things happened this week. And the first negative thing is our first topic. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. On the negative side of this, maybe it's a positive thing for folks out there. But for me, I was like, oh, Blood Moon, for seemingly no reason, is back.
My eyes!
Telling you. On the Blood Moon Family House variant, when it first came out, it was really bad. Mm-hmm. Like, it was insanely red inside, and then outside, it was brutal.
And the shadows didn't work. And
yeah, and you're seeing, like, shadows through walls.
And floors, yeah.
Yeah, it was trippy. But now, they fixed the lighting, and it's just a Blood Moon variant, a blood variant of the map. And it's better. On the inside, it's tolerable, but playing outside on that map, it genuinely hurts my eyes.
It really does. Like, it should just be a tinge. The world isn't red when it's an actual blood moon.
Yeah, the moon looks cool.
Yeah, the moon itself.
Yeah. Just when you're playing that much red hue, hurts my eyeballs.
Yeah,
I'm like squinting the whole time. Like, God damn.
Yeah, if they get out and they're back by the battery, I'll let them go. I'm not saying it out there.
you can leave.
I can't see.
Yeah, so not clear how long it's back. They just tweeted, hey, Blood Moon's coming back. And then a couple minutes later, it was in the game and part of the public matches again. It's been in private matches forever. You could play it whenever you want. But now it's in public matches again for a limited time, but not clear how limited that time is.
I think in the real world, I believe last night, when this is coming out, was a pink moon.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
I think I'm totally cool with them just doing things to keep people invested while they wait for another update or wait for more content or whatever. Blood Moon isn't it for me, but I'm okay. I like events. I like the blood event that's happening in Dead by Daylight. I love stuff like that. And the event we're talking about for Phasmophobia here, that stuff is super cool, and I wish TCM could do more of that, but the lack of unlockables in the game kind of holds you back.
And the level cap, everyone's max level.
Right.
I mean, sure, there are a lot of new players right now.
Yeah, you could still, even with the level cap at 99, you could still do events that led to unlockables, like kind of like Twitch drops and things like that, community events. I think that's something TCM is really missing. They just don't have the content to provide to go with it. And that's why they don't do those types of events, because they just don't have anything to deliver with it. What do you, maybe can they do more? I don't know. What is something very simple they could put into the game that would somewhat make it worth it for you to do events?
I mean, it would have to be some sort of like an outfit pack where as you reach different levels, this many kills, you get a Connie. Every Connie gets a skin. We'll give away a Connie skin. The next one's Leland. So if you play Leland but not Connie, you're going to keep playing to make sure everybody gets that Leland. And
if it's outfits, though, we're never going to see it. That's the problem.
100%.
Yeah. It would actually been a cool way to use the hair pack if multiple hairstyles per character, could be unlocked. That would have been a cool way to do it. Collectibles are probably not the way to go, but that's about as easy as it gets for putting content in the game.
I'd say weapons for family, but
that's something.
But there are people that don't play family, are there?
It's still something. You feel like you're doing something.
I'd love it.
Yeah,
quick match mains.
Even if it's just like color swaps, bro. Like, come on, something. I don't know. Insubordinate. In the positive side of TCM news, the Sony Spring Sale is active right now and runs until April 23rd. You can get everything from outfit packs to characters like Virginia and Nicotero Leatherface for 50% off. So that's why you're seeing a lot of new players right now rocking DLC because it's very cheap.
Yeah, with the PlayStation free on PlayStation for PlayStation Plus, I would love to see the numbers on how many new players they got, how many of them bought something, and how many of those people bought the content pass.
Right.
Would love to see those numbers.
Yeah, and it's basically every game there's at least one new player. Usually it's 2, 3, 4, 5 new players. It's so you're that PlayStation Plus deal right now, it's clearly shown it's effective. Tons of new players, and hopefully they manage to retain a chunk of them.
Stop bullying the new players.
Yeah. You can still, you want to escape I don't recommend rushing and like that. Like, what's the point, I guess, if you're a max player and rushing against new players? Like, what's the point?
Right.
Help people out, man. Help them learn. Or if you can be like us, go get your XP. Because we have perks we're still trying to level up. So, okay, we'll go get our XP, get your stab grandpa, yada, yada. But still keep the element of the chase alive for the family players. And then we end up letting them kill us because, doesn't matter how hard of a time you had. If you still come out with a win, you end up getting a couple kills. The odds of retaining those players goes up. Yeah,
we had a game where after we were done, like we went into the game chat and just heard these guys just having an amazing time. They were just like, "Oh, I got him! I got him!" That's what it's all about. And when you just bully them in their first game, they're gonna uninstall the game and never play again. Yeah, more players equals more support for the game.
Yeah, and just remember this: nobody gives a fuck about your win-loss ratio in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Especially when your stats get reset all the time.
Right.
Really, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Also, I'll throw this in here. I can't find the original source of this, but a bunch of people were saying in our chat that they confirmed again, I think it was Jet, confirmed again that the level cap is not going to be increased. They are not working on it. It's not happening. If I find the screenshot, I'll put it on the screen, obviously, but yeah, so once again, they doubled down that level cap not going up, and that's disappointing. But we talked about it on stream. With a team as small as Black Tower, who's working on multiple projects, by the way, they're not just doing TCM. When you have a team that small, to increase the level cap, because there needs to be a reason to increase the level cap. You have to have stuff to unlock,
right?
Otherwise, what's the point? In my opinion, I do still think, even if they have nothing, if there's nothing to unlock, maxing out the cap to 1,000 and just letting players feel some sort of satisfaction from leveling up.
Better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. That's what I would say. I think they should do it anyway. But what the mentality they have, and it's a fair one, is that what's the point increasing the cap? We can't give you things to unlock for it. And Wes has said before, you're talking 5-6 months of development to make that happen where nothing else is being worked on. So with Black Tower being so small, they can't allocate resources to just that without fucking over other content in the game or quality of life fixes and things like that. So it's a lose-lose. The game struggles if you don't increase the level cap. You lack replayability and retaining people. Eventually people are going to fall off. Or you go ahead and add the level cap, but by the time you get it out there, by the time you increase it, everyone already left anyway because you haven't provided content for 6 months.
Right.
It's a lose-lose. Double-edged sword, if you will.
Would love a map.
I'm guessing new map, June, July.
I would hope so.
Somewhere in there. But we'll see. But that's it. TCM news for the week. Let's move on to Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game. They got a new cosmetic pack this week, an athletic sportswear pack for the humans. It's pretty lit.
Yeah.
If there's one thing Alphonic does very well, it is customization, and their packs are always good.
Yeah. With the goofiness of the game, Killer Klowns.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. They got a football player with blood all over the pads and the jersey.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they got the baseball outfit, ski suit. Yeah, it's a really cool pack. Costs 280 tickets, which is depending on how many tickets you buy at once, is approximately $5. I got it. I like it. Playing Killer Klowns, we streamed it twice this week. That game, when it's going well, like when things are not sweaty and being bullied, especially if you're playing clowns, a ton of fun. A ton of fun. It's about as casual as an ASIM experience can be.
Yep.
But when you're playing, especially if you're playing clowns and you somehow get humans that are just set up with every weapon possible, it is one of the most frustrating experiences you can have in an ASIM game.
Yeah, the RNG of the human items
Yeah.
can get very frustrating for the clowns.
Yeah, I mean,
even a good organized team of clowns against 2 humans that have unlimited bullets.
Yeah. Usually we try to play that game more casually.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we had a couple of games where, I mean, I was killed 5 times in one game as a clown, and it was not counterable. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I have skill issues a lot. Okay. But you're talking like one time I was driving the invisible car, got shot out of the invisible car, shot one more time. I was down, shot again in the nose, like that. There was no way to respond to it. Or you activate your LOL, you're shot twice, you still go down and you die.
Yeah, because the LOL isn't invincible. You can still take damage through it.
So, golly.
Yeah.
It was just brutal when nothing you can do and you're still getting murdered. But, you know, we turned it on that one game. And when you can turn it on and be super sweaty in that game, but it's just not nearly as fun.
No.
So, yeah. I don't know what my recommendation there. I don't know why. I mean, like, I really think that they should, I don't know. I think it's just way too easy to kill clowns still.
Agreed. Yeah. But excited to play it more and more now. I mean, it was a while where we didn't play.
Yeah. The way, especially the way we've been streaming right now with so much, mixing it into like the Fatal 4-Way stuff. And I tell you what, people showed up for that Killer Clown stream the other night. So
they did.
You proved me wrong. Maybe we'll keep her going. Keep it in the mix. Have a good time. Okay, so move on to another game that's probably going to get back in our streaming rotation. Phasmophobia has a new event coming up here starting on April 17th for all platforms called Cursed Hollow. Little Easter event, kind of. When Cursed Hollow launches in Phasmophobia, ghost hunters will be tasked with uncovering the secrets of the Cursed Hollow by identifying ghosts, completing objectives, and discovering the totems scattered across the maps. Be warned, however, activating these totems is likely to affect that which haunts you, the forest spirit. These effects may play in your favor or up the challenge for you and your team. See, that's fun.
Yeah.
I love timed events like this. So maps featured in Cursed Hollow will be decorated with all manner of event theming fit the forest spirit. Also like that. That seems like such little things you can do that excite players. You know, like Nuketown Holiday. Like, you know what I mean? Like just the most simple of things to, I don't know how much time that actually takes in terms of getting like assets like that into a map and whatnot, but it seems like something that's worth the time to excite your player base.
Yeah, and they do it so consistently. It's like every 3 months they have an event.
Yeah. It's good. It gets people, it's going to get us back into the game again.
It keeps bringing the people back because they want that little badge on their profile picture.
Yeah. Need that.
I do.
It's the little things. Based on community feedback, we'll be splitting rewards into 2 distinct categories, community and personal. Community goals will be familiar to anyone who has taken part in past events, whereas personal goals will progress alongside the community goals but be unique to the player. This adds an extra incentive for players to continue playing and unlock an ID card upgrade that'll be available only to those that complete their personal goal.
Need that.
Yeah. They also said that a lot of quality of life fixes will be a part of this update once the event starts, and those patch notes have yet to be released. But yeah, cool. Legit events, things to work for, have a good time, map variants. I mean, come on.
We love to see it.
You love to see it. Phasmophobia, again, April 17th, that event kicks off. Moving on to our next topic, Predator, Killer of Killers. Have you heard of it? No, because it was made in secret. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, you hear about the Predator? I'm like, huh?
It reminds me of Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
After I just watched Victor Crowley last week, underrated. I might watch it again this week.
It's good.
But Dan Trachtenberg, the director and co-writer of Prey, which blew up, the last Predator entry, good flick. After that, he kind of became the Predator guy. So we already knew he was doing Predator Badlands, which is supposed to come out November 7th of this year. But turns out this whole time he was working on another secret Predator project, Predator Killer of Killers, and it is coming out in June. Feature-length animated film. Animated horror IPs should be the go-to. Not go-to, but should absolutely be in the mix.
You can do anything. It's animation. The crazy shit that happens in these ghost movies, a lot more believable in animation.
Yeah, and
easy to do.
Well,
easy, but
I think the perfect IP to do animated is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
Why that should be pitched over and over again to the Craven estate and make it happen, because it's the one way you can guarantee Robert Englund can do it.
Yep, he can voice Freddy, and then just all the craziness that is Freddy and his humor and his kills. Perfect for animation. You can go over the top crazy.
Yeah. And you know, Ash vs. Evil Dead season 4, Bruce Campbell said they were doing it. Bruce has this habit of when things are like just starting to be talked about internally where he's like, hey, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So is that actually going to happen? No. But again, a perfect example of he can't handle the physical stunts of playing Ash anymore. So have him voice an animated Ash. Done. He did it for the game, obviously, but do it as a show and give us a season 4 we always wanted. You don't even have to worry about aging and all then too. Like Kelly and Pablo are still the same age and that. I mean, of course, season 4 would be in the future, but you know.
And that helps too. We're in the future.
Right.
We're in a wasteland. Yeah.
Insubordinate. Enough about those other IPs that should be animated. Predator did do it because they're making the right calls
They're
over there.
doing that. They're doing that right now.
Predator Killer of Killers, an original animated action-adventure film set in the Predator universe, will premiere June 6, 2025, exclusively on Hulu. The anthology story follows 3 of the fiercest warriors in human history, a Viking raider guiding her young son on a bloody quest for revenge, a ninja in feudal Japan who turns against his samurai brother in a brutal battle for succession, and a World War II pilot who takes to the sky to investigate an otherworldly threat to the Allied cause. But while all these warriors are killers in their own right, they are merely prey for their new opponent, the ultimate killer of killers.
Yeah, Dan Trachtenberg, he gets it. He gets that you can go anywhere with Predator.
Exactly. I mean, that's what Prey did. It took a risk, threw us back. Prey, honestly, the biggest flaw of Prey, if you want to call it that, is to actually battle a predator when you're sitting there with a bow and arrow. Not exactly the most realistic scenario from what we've seen Predator do.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like, yeah, Predator can be anywhere in time. That's what we always said about Predator hunting grounds. Like, you can do anything. Nobody cares.
You can go to medieval times.
Yeah, medieval times, the Civil War. You could do it. And World War II. I like seeing World War II in here because that's just like a perfect example of just you could do whatever you want with Predator.
We got a ninja.
Any planet.
Ninjas, Vikings, pilots. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I love the animation style. It's kind of like the Spider-Verse style. It looks like traditional 12 frames per second animation. I dig it. I love that vibe. Predator is huge. Yeah, they made one that's like kind of over the top, beefy Predator, kind of a small head.
Yeah,
but I dig it, man. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do animation for a horror IP like this, just go with it. Run with it over the top.
Yeah, definitely was excited when I heard it was animation after seeing the trailer. It's definitely one I'm gonna watch right away.
Yeah, I'm into it. I actually wish it was a series.
Yes, that's what I asked. The first thing I asked, I'm like, is it a show?
Yeah, it being a single feature length film, that's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but I think if this does well, I think you might start seeing animated horror series pop up.
So down.
Make it happen. Moving on to our next topic. You ever wanted to see Mike Flanagan make a Carrie film?
Well, if there's anyone that I would want to see make a Carrie film, I guess I'm okay with it being Mike Flanagan.
Yeah. Well, he's not making a movie, but he's making a series.
Right.
We're there. This is like the 5th time this has been announced. It's always been kind of rumorville. This is about as legitimate as it seems so far. Prime Video has confirmed a series green light for Carrie, which is going to be an 8-episode adaptation of Stephen King's 1974 novel produced by Amazon MGM Studios. Sweet. I'm in. Mike Flanagan will serve as writer and showrunner in addition to directing select episodes. This now will mark his 4th Stephen King adaptation following Gerald's Game, Dr. Sleep, and the upcoming The Life of Chuck. I'm a big Gerald's Game guy. Big Dr. Sleep guy. Love Dr. Sleep. I love Mike Flanagan. Mike Flanagan, from what I've seen, at least of note, his worst is still great.
Right. Exactly.
He's just, I don't know. And of course, the Haunting of Hill House is like
goated,
the best thing I've ever seen. So Mike Flanagan doing it gives me hope. It's described as a bold and timely reimagining. What do you mean by timely? What are you talking about?
What do you mean by that?
Is Carrie going to be cyberbullied? That's timely.
That is timely.
Is it not? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to take Carrie and apply it to the modern generation.
I mean, we kind of did with the remake.
Yeah, but they held back. They held back.
Yeah, for sure.
They were trying to be traditional with it. I feel like the original. Yeah, to take it and bring in modern technology. How Carrie's mom reacts in this world is interesting to me.
Right. Are they going to be the one house without a TV?
Yeah, without TV, without internet.
Phones,
Carrie won't have a phone. Like that's how you would think that character would react. But can you really do that and it be realistic at all? I mean, I suppose. I don't know. You think if you were that deep though, like you wouldn't even go to school. You think she'd be homeschooled?
Well, yeah, there's some families out there that don't embrace technology even these days.
Sure. Yeah.
They're the weirdos of the town. Am I wrong?
Am I wrong? Well, I mean, especially not having a phone, like you gotta have some sort of form of communication. Yeah.
Landline.
The landline ain't going to work when you're out and about,
Leave a message.
Or they could either go that route, or it's like Carrie's mom is constantly blowing up her phone or tracking her phone, tracking her location all the time. I doubt that's the route they go. I'm just saying that, if it actually is going to be modern take on it, I'm curious how they're going to handle it. What's interesting though is that Summer H. Howell, the young girl in Curse of Chucky, is in negotiations to star in as Carrie. So I don't know what she looks like today.
Yeah,
I guess I will now when I put her picture in here. I think she's probably a better fit than what Chloe Grace Moretz was.
Carrie is my favorite. The original is my favorite horror movie of all time. I really didn't mind the remake with Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I mean, again, it's Mike Flanagan. Gotta trust Mike Flanagan at this point. He's proven that we can trust him.
Yeah.
As a series too, that's just so interesting. Like how deep are we going?
Well, that's the other thing. If there's one thing Mike Flanagan knows how to do, it's run a horror series.
That's right.
Yeah. But with the remake with Chloe Grace Moretz, that movie's actually more accurate to the novel than the original is.
Yeah.
And so it's got some points for that. I think Chloe Grace Moretz, though, I think she was too popular. It's not even that she's like, you're not ugly enough. It's not that. You're plenty ugly, Chloe. No, I'm just kidding. Like, it's not that. It's that you just know her so well. I just think it's hard to buy into her being like this, being bullied in the way she is. I don't know. Being such an outcast, it was just kind of hard to buy into. Like, because Sissy Spacek is not ugly either, right? But she's just got this very like outcast, like she nails that like I'm a loner vibe.
I would have loved to see Anya Taylor-Joy take on Carrie.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, she's got her own look.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Each of them have their own look.
Mia Goth kind of has that look, right?
Goth as a Carrie would have been really interesting. Adult Carrie.
It's not like you go grab someone ugly. That's not it. You just unique, distinct. Yes. Yeah, like, and that's what Sissy Spacek has. That I don't think Chloe Grace Moretz had. So
I didn't mind.
Yeah. Also, Sienna Agudong of Resident Evil has been cast as Sue. So
cool.
They are actually moving on this thing this time. So
yeah, I wonder when we'll see it.
Yeah, at least a year.
If it's anything like Welcome to Derry, it'll be 5.
It shouldn't be. They got that Prime money. They got that Amazon money. But again, this has been rumored 5 times, man. Like it comes up all the time, and it just never seemed like it was happening. So who knows? Maybe a year from now we'll hear it get announced again and greenlit again.
Probably.
And it's also it's just, I guess they greenlit the whole series. This wasn't a pilot greenlit.
Right.
I guess that's a risk you can take with Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And streaming.
Yeah. All right. Move on to our next topic. The Last of Us, real quick. Just want to let you know as we are about to get into what is that, Monday? Sunday, today, Last of Us Season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Well, Season 3 has already been confirmed. So
cool.
And the thing about Last of Us Season 2, obviously we haven't seen it yet, but we know it is following the events of the second game of Last of Us Part 2, but it's not going to finish the whole game. It's only going to do part of the game. And originally, creators Craig Mazin and the Last of Us co-creator Neil Druckmann said that they were contemplating a total of 4 seasons. So probably splitting that second game either into 2 seasons or all the way to 3 seasons, or they end up doing a new story that we haven't seen before in a game. I doubt that happens. But yeah, probably just going to split up Season 2 into 3 or Part 2 into 3 seasons, which I kind of hate, but it'll make money.
That's what it is. It's going to make money. It took over. It was the show of the year.
Yeah.
It took over the show of the summer. It took over.
And now as it gets closer, every day I see tweets of people saying, this is the worst miscasting of all time. And it still offends the shit out of me. Why? Are they not good actors?
He's fine.
It's not even just her. It's they hit Joel too, man. They hit Pedro Pascal hard too. Like, why? They don't look exactly the same as video game characters. It's just weird to me. Who cares? Like, their performances are damn good. Like, I don't know. I've played both those. I played Part 1 and Part 2 multiple times, and it just doesn't bother me at all. Just so confused by the reactions.
People need something to complain about.
I feel like half the people that are complaining about it haven't seen the show.
Probably
not. You can't be mad at the show when you see their performances. They're so good.
Gamers, man.
Gamers they can be gatekeepy for sure. I mean, look at Until Dawn, right? It got kind of gatekeeped like crazy. It's like, we don't even know if it's good or bad yet. Let's wait. Damn.
There was a clip for Until Dawn that came out the day we were recording this. Haven't watched it. Don't want spoilers.
I'm good.
It's like 36 seconds, maybe with a little end card, but
it's probably gonna end with a big jump scare or something. I'm good.
I'll wait. I'll wait to watch the movie.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks, dude. We're right there. So, in other news, Final Destination Bloodlines got a new image. Now, since it's just an image, we can keep talking about that one. That's not a big spoiler here, but this is from Collider, and it's Owen Patrick Joyner's character, Bobby, bracing himself against a broken vending machine. You don't fuck with vending machines, man.
I do.
When's the last time you used a vending machine? For a food vending machine. And actually typed in your little numbers, get a little candy bar out.
Like a year.
It's been a long time for me. I get drinks at hotels sometimes, but to get snacks out. But here's a fun fact for you. Since 1978, at least 37 deaths and 113 injuries have resulted from consumers rocking or tilting the machines.
Crazy.
I just saw one recently at a high school where one fell over on a kid.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he survived, in case you're wondering.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could have sworn I read a statistic somewhere that you're more likely to get killed by a vending machine than you are a shark, but I have a feeling that that's not accurate. But yeah, don't fuck with vending machines.
But my snack got stuck. It cost me $2.
I'd be willing to bet, since they were willing to share this photo and like you see the glass cracked in there and the way he's bracing for it, I bet you that's not what kills him.
Oh, for sure.
Zach Lepofsky's been fucking with us since day one. They literally put a fake car collision in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And the fake blood and stuff. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Good.
Final Destination. It's supposed to be a little goofy.
Yeah.
A little wacky.
That's what we need. But we're getting close, man. She'll be in theaters May 16th.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. It's one of my most anticipated after the trailer, for sure. But my most anticipated it's our next topic. I Know What You Did Last Summer. We're still waiting on the teaser. I'm almost certain it's going to come out this week. It could come out on maybe the Monday after this episode comes out. It's bound to happen, though. They're giving us a lot of teases, a lot of quotes. Trailers do.
Yeah.
We're there. But some new images popped up this week from multiple sources. First being from Collider. New image. We're screaming. We're screaming. It looks bad. We're at a crime scene. I'm freaking out.
It's bad.
It's bad. All right. This is the least exciting photo we have of the bunch. But the photo comes with a quote from Jennifer Kane Robinson that said, "This time the fisherman is a lot more brutal. When Sony came to me and asked if I would be interested in taking on this IP, I said I would love to do this, but there are two things I would need you to let me do if we're going to make this sequel together." They agreed to both. You'll have to wait and see what those things are.
Interesting.
What the fuck you mean by that? What do you think? If you were approached to direct an I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, what are those two things you said? I have to do this.
Julie James, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Right.
Ray Bronson in the wife beater.
The black wife beater.
The black wife beater walking down the dock to Jennifer Love Hewitt's hit song, How Do I Deal? Those are my two conditions. If not, I'm walking away. Don't even bother to contact me.
I feel like her first condition probably was bringing them back, right?
Yeah, has to be.
And then one after that. I don't think we're going to see what those things were. I don't think we're going to be able to spot them in real time unless it's about Brandy. We'll get there.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it could be. Johnny Galecki cameo in a photo?
That'd be funny, actually.
Jack Black?
It's all good.
It's all good.
It is all good. Now, People Magazine also had some photos, some exclusive photos this week. The first, we got our new cast, our 5 teenagers. This looks like it's right after the car accident. I mean, you could basically take this photo out of the original film.
So blue.
Yeah, they're matching the style.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very clearly they're going for the vibes, and I think they're nailing it. So this will be the event that kicks things off, and a year later, somebody will know what they did last summer. I bet you that happens in the movie somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the next two photos, this is what we've been waiting on. First, it's Jennifer Love Hewitt as Julie James. Looks like she's talking to Ray. Looks like Freddie Prinze Jr. is at the door here.
It's my phone background.
Is it actually?
No. No, but it should be. It will be.
Yeah. She looks great. I mean, good grief. She really hasn't aged at all. Both Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt age like fine wine.
I know. I see Jennifer Love Hewitt's posts on Instagram and Facebook, her stories all the time of her on set of 911.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, when did you record this? You look amazing. Can I call you Jen?
Can I call you Jen? The only thing about this photo is that it's got my tinfoil hat on. To me, in this photo, it looks like she just answered the door and it's Ray there.
Yeah, like Ray's like looking down like, holy shit, if she answers the door, what am I going to say?
Yeah, it's like maybe he's about to tell her that, you know, hey,
someone knows what these kids did last summer.
Yeah, it sounds very eerily similar to our situation, which would mean that they're not together anymore, that maybe they're not married. But the way she's looking at him is like, I haven't seen you in
like 20 years. Holy shit, we agreed we would never see each other again. And you're standing in front of me. I
hope that's not the case. I really want them to be married. They were happy at the end of I Still Know. He said, don't you dare go to sleep, girl. They were obviously happy. So I mean, that's just me throwing out shit. It's just the way I processed that photo immediately. I was like, oh no.
They broke up.
She was living somewhere else. She better not have a new husband. This better be a recent thing, and then they'll get back together by the end of the movie.
Yes, please. That's condition number 2, baby.
I would be into that. And then the last photo we got here, another one from People, is just Freddie Prinze Jr. out at the 4th of July festival. God, he is so hot. He has no business looking more handsome than he did 25 years ago.
Gray Ray.
Gray Ray is hot Ray. I can't wait till I got a little white in my beard. You know,
I have like 6 white hairs just in here somewhere, but nothing like that. Nothing like this man right here.
He's a fine wine, And now another quote from Jennifer Caden Robinson, director Jennifer Caden Robinson. This one was interesting. People react a little negatively to this one. I'm going to convince you to not be negative about it.
I'm pissed.
Okay, I'm pissed. She said, it's not a serious movie. It is a really fun popcorn summer event. She also said it's much more brutal. There's not a lot of gore or blood or violence in the first movie. There certainly is in this one. So that it's not a serious movie threw people off a little bit. Like, I took that as we know what we're dealing with here. This is a 90s teen slasher film.
It is a horror. She's saying it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
This is not going to scare the pants off you for 90 minutes.
I also take it as like, we're not trying to make an Oscar winner here.
You're right.
We are trying to bring back a very popular cult classic, 90s horror, and bring it to the modern generation, still capture that nostalgic vibe while bringing something new and unique to the table. And we're doing that via gore and kills.
If we're going to do PR for any movie, it's this one. All right. You can have that for free. Yeah. I think that was just kind of a miswording on her part.
Yeah.
We believe that that's what she meant.
Yeah. We're just having a good time. We're having a good time.
And I will.
Yeah. I mean, look at I Still Know, right? You want to talk about not a serious movie. It is all good.
It's all good.
It is all good. Now, something I was not expecting was a question about Brandy. Where is Brandy? Well, people asked Jennifer Caden.
Crazy that they
it.
would.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool.
That they care enough to ask.
They're asking the real questions because we were all wondering. And Jennifer Caden Robinson responded with, you'll have to go see the movie. Now, if you're going to respond like that and Brandy's not in the movie, I'm going to lower my 10 out of 10 score to a 9 out of 10.
I'm going to lower my 11 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's interesting. How the fuck do you get Brandy in the mix? I hope it's not like, oh, here's a photo of Julie and Carla together on her nightstand. You know what I mean?
Maybe a FaceTime.
I'll take that.
Maybe they're roommates, and that's why she doesn't live with Ray. They're still roommates.
Could be. You never know.
Maybe they just mention her, and that's why. Don't say you have to see if Brandy's in it.
Yeah, don't bait me. Damn it.
I was gonna go see the movie already. All right.
Yeah, right. Like, you see a picture of Freddy. Well, you don't need to convince us. So yeah, apparently Brandy might have some sort of cameo in the new movie.
Okay.
Might just end up being a photo or something. I don't know if we'll actually get a present day Brandy in the film.
I'll take a FaceTime.
She was just in a horror film recently from A24, The Front Room. It was fucking doo-doo. That movie's not good. So I'd like to see her return to horror in the way that she should.
In a good movie?
In a great movie.
A serious movie.
A serious movie that she needs. That The Front Room is, it's like sometimes it's serious, but it's not.
Yeah.
MESS. MESS. Okay, let's move on to our next topic. Happy Death Day 3. There were several April Fool's jokes about this movie that it was happening, confirmed. Happy Death Day 3 is going to happen. Well, those were all lies. However, this week at a double feature screening of the first 2 Happy Death Day films at Cinematheque, franchise star Jessica Roth said the long-awaited third installment in the horror comedy franchise is now, quote, moving forward, end quote. Huge. It's huge. Also, Christopher Landon, director, writer, said, quote, it is moving forward, end quote. So it's finally happening. Happy Death Day 3 is happening. It's been several years. A lot of time has passed.
84 to be exact.
Yes. So, but Happy Death Day 2, very different than the first movie. It falls away from the horror, goes science fiction. Still had a good time with it, no doubt. Any time travel, time loop movie I'm in. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah. Big Jessica Roth guy here.
Yeah, she's great. A big Christopher Landon guy.
Big Christopher Landon guys.
Yeah. So I'm in. Been wanting it. And because of the way Happy Death Day 2 ends via cliffhanger, we've been dying for a third. Now it's finally happening.
And so in this one, they're going to go to a different universe and get Freaky involved. That was always a rumor, having Freaky involved with
don't see why not.
With Happy Death Day. There was also the rumors going around that Peacock was going to make it a series.
Oh.
Like a Happy Death Day series instead of Happy Death Day 3, and then that fell through.
Yeah.
But now we're getting Happy Death Day 3. You didn't read what I wrote on this topic.
Woo, yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo.
Yes, sir.
There you go. You're welcome. Yeah, that is it for the information we know about Happy Death Day 3 so far. But man, could you imagine Jessica Roth and Catherine Newton on the same screen together and as those characters?
That'd be awesome.
Vince Vaughn somewhere in there.
He's there.
He's got to be there. How do you, if you're going to introduce, so what happens? Jessica Roth and Catherine Newton swap bodies?
Honestly, kind of down.
I'm not against it.
Love them both.
Love them both. Let's move on. Let's talk about Blumhouse for a moment. Some of this is kind of good news. Some of this I despise. That's just usually how it goes with Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is doing a halfway to Halloween campaign where they're bringing their hit movies, which this is a stretch to call them hit movies, but I guess in terms of financial gain, I hear you. Megan, sure, Annabelle, and Ma. Are coming back to theaters for a one-night only engagements, expanding halfway to Halloween to the entire nation after last year's limited launch. Now, Megan is where it gets juicy. I'm cool with the halfway to Halloween. We're having fun. Keep doing you, Blumhouse. I don't know why you're doing a halfway to Halloween event without having Halloween be involved, but
interesting choice.
You got to get Universal involved, and I guess Universal's involved with Megan, so that point doesn't matter. I guess the Accods, I don't know. But Megan, for their release, is going to have a movie mate technology with it. What the hell is that? Great question. This will allow moviegoers to second screen with a Megan chatbot on Instagram during the film to access exclusive content, trivia, and behind-the-scenes info in real time.
Really?
Yeah. Now, the first time I read this, I thought it was talking about Megan 2.
So did I. Yeah, I thought that as well.
I thought it was talking about Megan 2.0. I'm like, you're going to have a new release that is encouraging people to sit in their phone? What the fuck are you doing? It's not as bad since it's a re-release of a film, but let's not make a habit of this.
Why are you encouraging people to turn their phones on in the theater?
Right. Exactly. Let's
ridiculous.
not. It's already hard enough to get people off their phones. Let's not encourage it. And it'd be so annoying, man. Like just bright screens everywhere of people DMing the Megan account, which is how it works. You DM the Instagram Megan account and that'll start your experience. And they're taking advantage of Meta and all of its AI capabilities to just make the most out of your viewing experience. No, we're not doing this.
Yeah. And the way that this article was kind of worded, it was like it's Meta. Yeah. They want to make this a thing.
Yeah, I just don't, man.
No, thank you.
We don't. We can all put our phones down and enjoy a movie.
Do it at home.
Right. That's fine.
In your own fucking house. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's not do it in movie theaters.
They literally say silence your cell phones. Are they just going to take that out of the messaging?
We should make a theater where you have to put your phone in a box.
I'm down.
Before you go.
I'm down.
Yeah, so I don't like that idea. It's not as bad since it's for a re-release, but still, man, come on. What if I just want to see Megan in theaters? Yeah,
right.
Maybe I didn't get a chance the first time, and now I don't want people sitting on their phone the whole time and distracting the hell out of me.
Exactly.
Now, as for Annabelle and Ma, let's not go see those in theaters.
I'm good.
Moving on. Let's talk about Scream 7. This is the negative topic of the day.
Yeah.
Third, 2.5, second and a half, negative topic of the day. So you know the drama. All right. Christopher Landon was originally directing Scream 7. We were all excited.
Love that guy.
It's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit for him. He's obviously a massive Scream fan. Well, in the midst of all that is when the Melissa Barrera situation happened. It was her, supporting Palestine, of course, like insubordinate to all that. It ends up to Spyglass separating ways from Melissa Barrera. Stupid. They suck for doing that. They shouldn't have done that. But with these situations, you look for someone to point a finger to, and everyone, your modern or your casual cinema Hollywood fans, don't really understand that there's a hierarchy to this. Mm-hmm. And Christopher Landon, as the director of Scream 7, is like here on the totem pole. And the people that fired Melissa Barrera, they're up here on the totem pole. Going. Yeah, right. Like there are levels to this shit. Okay. And after the fact, Christopher Landon was attacked like crazy. And now for the first time in an interview with Vanity Fair, he went into a little more details of that. And he said, I got messages saying, I'm going to find your kids and I'm going to kill them because you support child murder. The head of security at various studios and the FBI had to examine the threats. It was highly aggressive and really scary. So, what the fuck, man? Like, there's more to this interview if you want to go check the whole thing out on Vanity Fair. Just, man. Like, come on, people.
I mean, big Melissa Barrera guys here.
Yeah. Mommy Barrera.
Mommy Barrera.
We say it all the time.
Yes. But one, just read a little bit and you understand how the hierarchy of things work like that.
Yeah.
And two, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I understand having big reactions for something as serious as the Palestine situation, right? Like it is awful what's happening over there. But I just think what the fuck difference is it making to attack a director of a film that has nothing to do with that at all? You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to criticize them, because I think certainly in terms of Spyglass, there's a lot to criticize there, because what a dumb decision to fire her over something like that. But even at that level, calling out for death threats, killing their children. What the fuck is wrong with you? How are you any better than the people you're trying to defend?
Exactly. You're just as bad as the people.
Or the people the people you're against. Yeah. Right. Like,
just as bad.
Yeah, like, that's awful, man. Like, come on.
I'm going to find your kids and kill them because you support killing kids. So you support killing kids because you're going to kill his kids.
Yeah. It's just so weird.
I don't get
Fighting fire with fire.
We'll never understand that.
Yeah. But he did clarify. It's like, yeah, I had nothing to do with Melissa Barrera. I had zero control over that situation. And then it got a little dicier this week as well, because Jenna Ortega finally came out and talked about the Scream 7 situation. And she talked with The Cut and said, it had nothing to do with pay or scheduling. The Melissa stuff was happening, and it was all kind of falling apart. If Scream 7 wasn't going to be the team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for me and my career at the time, which would be fine. Like, I think that's totally fair.
Yes.
If Radio Silence isn't making it, that's who I want to make the movie with. I'm out. Okay. The problem is Christopher Landon, when he signed on, like, he confirmed right away that Ortega can't do it. And that was before the, quote, Melissa stuff was happening. I thought that was funny.
Right.
The Melissa stuff was happening. So, yeah, that happened before. Like, she was already out of the movie before any of that happened. And now she's saying, no, it had nothing to do with my pay or scheduling. It was that stuff. That's just, come on. Like, why are we throwing fuel on the fire?
Also, it was good PR to say, no, I can't do it. I'm busy. And now it's good PR to come out and say, no, I was lying the whole time. No, that wasn't true at all.
Honestly, I think she might be misremembering the situation.
Maybe.
Time passes. And I think when the Melissa stuff happened and it fell apart, I think that was probably like, oh, I made the right call. I'm glad I got out while I did.
Yeah.
again, let's quit throwing fuel in this fire, man. There's so many dead. I mean, us even talking about it, we're probably going to join and we're going to get attacked by the cult, you see, you know?
Love Melissa Barrera.
Yeah.
Love Jen Ortega. Love Scream.
I'm still
love
open.
Christopher Landon.
It's such a weird spot to be in because, like, yeah, like Spyglass totally, like, no doubt, pricks. Like, no doubt, some dude sitting in his goddamn $1 million Bugatti made that call, and it's shitty and it sucks. But is that Kevin Williamson's fault? Was that Christopher Landon's fault?
Right.
Is it for anybody that's taking a job opportunity in this fucking economy?
Yeah, Mason Gooding.
Right. Jasmine Savoy Brown. Like,
Yep.
is it really fair to attack them for taking the job? I don't understand it, man. Like, if we were to boycott every movie that has somebody at the top of the hierarchy that is a bad person or has done bad things, you will never watch a movie again.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this movement called Me Too.
Yeah,
Everybody's involved with something.
It's a bad place, man. Hollywood's a bad place, and as the money gets bigger and the power gets higher, you just find more and more bad people up there.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that's a good thing. Like, I'm not saying, like, let's just ignore all of that.
No.
No, but let's attack it. Let's attack it from the top.
Be mad at the correct people.
Yeah, be mad at the correct people. I don't know. It just sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of negativity in this world. I'd rather keep it out of my fun horror movies.
Yeah.
If that was possible.
True. Yeah. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see what people have to say about that.
Well, and the thing is, Scream 7 is going to make a lot of money. It is going to make a lot of money, whether people like it or not.
For every 5 people that are saying boycott Scream 5, 3 of them are going to go see it in theaters.
I would say that's probably pretty likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But moving on. Welcome to Derry. Remember when we almost said it was delayed again? We're like, no one official. It's not delayed. Okay. Max confirmed this week. Welcome to Derry will premiere this year. And we got some new images as a result of a tiny 5-second clip inside of the coming soon to Max preview video. So you got a little bit of Welcome to Derry footage. It's real.
Finally.
They made it. It's unbelievable. So for those that don't know, it's a 9-episode series, and it will serve as a prequel to Stephen King's It. And it will kick off its story in 1962, in the time leading up to the events of It Chapter 1 from 2017. From there, the planned 2nd and 3rd seasons will jump back in time and take place in their own distinct decades. The series is based on Mike Hanlon's interludes from King's book, which document catastrophic events from Derry, Maine's past. Pretty lit.
Finally.
Yeah, it's funny because it's never felt real.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for so long. It just never felt real.
It's just been an entity. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, this is going on. This is going on.
Yeah, honestly, until we saw footage, I was like, oh, I don't think they've even shot anything. You know? It's like, oh, okay, they actually made something here.
They've been wrapped for a while.
Yeah, I know. It's what's the post-production delays? What's going on here? Is there really that much VFX? Because I understand when you're making a series, that VFX takes even longer,
Mhm.
Especially in a 9-episode series. And I'm sure, I mean, you saw It Chapter 2. There's a lot of VFX.
Mhm.
So if they're trying to match that same level with Pennywise, yeah, I get it, I guess.
Maybe there's someone at the top that's very picky and is like, can't do it. Keep working on it. Keep working on it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe they ran out of money.
But I love the laugh. You hear the laugh in the clip.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's going to be good to see him again.
It's been a while.
This has been a while. Moving on. Some exciting news for F-13 fans for a couple reasons. You know, NECA back in the F-13 space. It's been rumored forever. There were several leaks about a Pamela figure, a Pamela Ultimate figure. This week, images leaked again. And people were like, is this AI? Is it real? Is it not? And then finally, NECA confirmed it and revealed an Ultimate Pamela Voorhees 7-inch figure is releasing this month. Up for order right now for $34.99. It is a limited release, but not clear how limited.
Mhm.
I don't think it's that limited. So I wouldn't panic. All right. And you can go order it right now in the same retailers you always get your NECA stuff from. But also, you can just wait for it to be in Target because it still is going to go to Target. So that's what I'm saying. It's not that limited.
Right.
That's how they get you to buy now. You know?
Yeah.
Try baiting you up a little bit. So I wouldn't panic. I don't think if you want to wait till you get your next paycheck, I think you'll be okay. That'll be all right. They'll still be there. But NECA previews. Mother is returning. NECA is thrilled to bring back a fan favorite figure for a one-time only limited release. Ultimate Pamela Voorhees, the mother of Jason and the killer from the original 1980 Friday the 13th film, is back to avenge the death of her son who drowned at Camp Crystal Lake. An absolute must-have for horror fans. This 7-inch scale action figure includes interchangeable heads and hands, knife, axe, machete, broken oar, and a bow and arrow. Comes in collector-friendly window box packaging with opening front flap, just like all their other Ultimates. Super cool.
Just when I thought I was out of the game, they pulled me back in.
Do you know the last time this Pamela figure was a thing? The last NECA Pamela figure?
Long time.
2005, I think. 20 years. And she looks damn good. Got me tempted as shit, man. Well, I don't have any money. I'm broke as shit right now, and I'm really trying to get out of the Ultimate game.
So was I.
I have so many Ultimates that I'm actually gonna like start selling, and I just, what's the point of selling them? Just to, do it again.
Right.
Just to buy them again.
Right. Yeah, I was literally looking the other day. I'm like, I'll keep this one. That might be it. Maybe I'll keep this one, but now if I have Pamela, why would I get rid of my other Jasons?
Yeah. It's a hard knocks life out here. Frick.
Not like I can afford it anyway.
Yeah. R.I.P. Okay, that's it for our main topics. Moving on to the new releases coming up here shortly. First of all, the Death of Snow White. I was going to wear my Death of Snow White shirt this week.
You forgore.
Next week, since it comes out April 18th in select theaters from the folks that have made some of your favorite F-13 fan films, Vengeance 1 and Vengeance 2, directly competing with Disney's Snow White. And guess they use actual little people in their film. So
when I heard that they were going to be competing with the actual Snow White, I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's a good choice. But with all the controversy going on,
yeah,
nothing better.
Genius.
Worked
out. But hunted by her evil stepmother, Snow White joins forces with 7 murderous dwarves to survive the horrors of the dark forest. So it's Snow White, but it's a horror take on it to a degree. And if you know Jason Brooks, if you know why am I zoning out?
Real Fiction.
Real Fiction. Thank you. Real Fiction Studios. They're pretty legit and they like gory shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's not like I want to say a lot of the people that have shared it, like when IGN was covering it and things like that, which is great. You want that to happen, but it was a lot of them were saying the next public domain. That's not what this is. It's not a public domain. Make it a cheesy, shitty horror movie and exploit the IP. This is a take on the original story of Snow White, not Disney's Snow White, and it is a horror film. There are horror elements to it, but it's legit. Like it's a serious, real take on it. So don't be turned off by don't be like, oh, this is Screamboat, isn't it? No, it's not going to be like Screamboat where it's over the top and cheesy. Might be over the top in some gore, but it is grounded in a realistic space.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Last of Us Season 2, April 13th, HBO, right now.
Should probably watch that tonight.
Probably should get on it. The Ritual is going to be in theaters April 18th. 2 priests, one in crisis with his faith and the other confronting a turbulent past, must overcome their differences to perform a risky exorcism. Starring Al Pacino. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Come on. Ashley Green's in there as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's Al Pacino and Dan Stevens' Buddy Priest movie.
Yeah, what are we doing? I'm in.
It was interesting to see.
Also, Dead Mail, Shudder, available today. An ominous help node finds its way to a 1980s post office, connecting a dead letter investigator to a kidnapped keyboard technician. Currently sits at a 95% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That'll probably change, but 95% right now. Shudder, support the boys.
Yeah, it got some festival nominations and awards and all that, and at a 95% with a handful of reviews.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, The Woman in the Yard is available on VOD on Tuesday, April 15th. Mysterious woman repeatedly appears in a family's front yard, often delivering chilling warnings and unsettling messages, leaving them to question her identity, motives, and the potential danger she might pose. Pretty quick turnaround, theaters to VOD. Seems to always happen when Blumhouse releases.
That's just happening recently.
In general, yeah.
Especially like this year. Even 2024, I didn't think they were flipping movies that quick.
I think it's like part of Blumhouse's strategy.
Yeah.
So it's always happens to Blumhouse, but it's, in general, it's more and more common. The Woman in the Yard sits around a lot of controversy, and I still don't know if there's two endings. I still don't understand that situation. What's it going to be on VOD?
Random every time?
I don't know. But we actually are going to end up reviewing it seems, for Make Every Death Count. So since it came to VOD so quickly, might as well still check it out.
Yeah.
And also, already available, came out on April 8th on VOD, is Novocaine. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her.
Jack Quaid.
A lot of good things about this movie. I haven't seen it, so now I'm very excited.
He went to an NBA game, and as the game went on, he would leave and come back and be more injured than before. Yeah. That's so...
I love marketing like that.
Good marketing.
And they made the... that one punching machine,
Yeah, they made a punching machine in the bag that comes down. It was Jack Quaid's face, and
I want that in here right now in the studio.
I love that movies can still do this. It's so rare nowadays to have fun marketing like this.
Yeah, it's like Smile and what they were doing.
At
although
the baseball
the one person that broke character ruined that whole illusion for everybody. God. Hope he lost his pay. Yeah. I hope he got $1 off his paycheck. Okay, there's some new releases. Moving on to our convention updates. A couple bangers coming up here. Nightmare Weekend, May 2nd through the 4th in Chicago, Illinois. We were going to be there, but an unforeseen financial change happened where we're not going to be able to make it anymore. And I'm super bummed about it because William Shatner is going to be there. Cassandra Peterson's going to be there. Eli Roth is going to be there. A whole bunch of the Thanksgiving cast. Danny Trejo. Sean Cunningham is going to be there.
Man.
Yeah. Huge guest list I got over there. You should just go check it all out if you're in the Chicago area. Nightmare Weekend puts on a hell of a show. So since they're coming to Chicago, you should go check it out.
Yeah.
Also, Crypticon Seattle, May 2nd through the 4th, the same weekend. Doug Bradley, Darcy the Mail Girl, Joe Bob Briggs, Miko Hughes, Andrew Divoff, Ashley Lawrence, and Mark Patton together at the same con. I've never seen them together at the same con.
Nice.
It'd be nice to see. Kim Myers and Horror Addicts are going to be there, not as guests, but they're hosting panels.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What do you know? Actually, I think Horror Addicts, I'm pretty sure Horror Addicts is hosting the panel with Darcy and Joe Bob Briggs.
That's cool for them.
Yeah. Good gig. Crypticon Seattle, Crypticon in general, always puts on a good show.
Mm-hmm.
It's I guess in the grand scheme of big horror conventions, it's a little bit smaller. It's like a mid-size convention.
Fair.
So a little bit more personable, but they still have a hell of a guest list every year.
Yeah.
And interesting panels. And I know that real horror fans are hosting those panels because it's Horror Addicts.
That's true.
There you go. There's your convention updates. That is going to wrap up this episode of Slash and Cast. That was a big one.
Yeah.
I knew it was big because we ran out of memory on our SSDs that were filming this in 4K. So now it's going to be an HD episode. Now we're back to square one. This show sucks, and I'm unsubscribing. But you shouldn't. Because if you enjoyed it, you should drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more episodes like this one in the future. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.